All right, folks. Let's take a look at what is going on with Bitcoin and crypto today. Not too much, to be honest with you. Bitcoin's been hovering around this range for the last couple of days. It's kind of boring, but I will tell you there's a lot of negative sentiment in the air. We have the whole CPI situation. Found this article, 19,000 Bitcoin price is breakdown target. So that's if we do get a breakdown. Here's a tweet from the Wolf of Wall Street's tried trading this. Look, it's basically just flat. I mean, we've really been between like 20,300 and 20,500. I mean, I think like the whole weekend. I think maybe even since like Thursday. So a lot of people are concerned that there's going to be hot CPI numbers coming, and the FOMC meeting later this month could be a bad month for risk assets, including Bitcoin. You know, a lot of people thought the Fed was going to pivot, but now we have that higher inflation that most people thought. So we might get, instead of a 25-point raise, we might get the 50 basis point, and that will definitely crash Bitcoin and a bunch of tech stocks and risk assets. So I'd say it's about a 50-50 shot what the Fed's going to do. Most people seem to think it's going to happen. We're going to get that 50 basis point, and we're probably going to retest at least 20,000, which if we do, I mean, these altcoins are really going to drop. That's why I was kind of telling you guys, like, if you look at a coin like Polymatic back down to $1.13, you know, I came on here when Polymatic was $1.50. I said, there's no reason to be buying Polymatic at $1.50 because it's already pretty much had its pump. So what are we down like 40%, 35, 40% since then? Actually, right now at $1.13 might not be a bad time to buy Matic, although I'm not a big fan of Matic anymore. But you're seeing a lot of weakness in these altcoins right now. BNB under 290, Cardano at 33 cents, which Cardano, this is familiar ground for Cardano. I mean, Cardano was at 33 cents for months before we had that run up. Dogecoin 7 cents. I mean, you know, the list goes on. Theta's not even in the top 50 anymore. I think it was like at $1.05 or something last time I checked. So yeah, what goes up must come down. So if I had to bet, I'd pretty much say, you know, okay, if we get that high inflation number, maybe we dump down to like 20,000 and we get a pump from there. It really doesn't matter at this point. We have that halvening coming up in a year, so who really cares? Here's a little Do Kwon news. Terraform Labs co-founder Do Kwon gets probed by Singaporean authorities. Local police in Singapore sent an email on Monday saying they have begun a probe connected to Do Kwon. So normally with these financial crimes, you know, the thing with FTX was it was so big, it was so nasty. Like they basically locked him up within like a month, which was actually kind of fast. Because a lot of these, like I've been in penny stocks for a long time, and even like penny stock scams, like it always takes years before anything happens because they investigate, then they issue a arrest warrant, then they got to track the person down. But with Do Kwon, it's been about a year since the whole crap exploded. And I'm pretty sure that in the coming months, he's probably going to get arrested for whatever the hell he did with Terra Luna. He probably pocketed a lot of money while it was collapsing. And, you know, he was telling people everything was going to be okay while he was probably cashing out, is what I think. So I think his days are numbered. What a weird picture, too. That's supposed to be a picture of Do Kwon. That doesn't really look like Do Kwon. Just looks like just a regular Asian dude. But I guess all those Asians look the same. Okay, just kidding. What else do we got going on here? Binance US is operating an unregistered security exchange, SEC official says. Oh gosh, so here we go again. So Binance.us is basically, it's allowed to operate in the USA. It's under regulation, but I guess they're probably going to try to go after Binance.us for listing certain coins or maybe offering staking. A U.S. Securities and Exchange official said agency staff believe Binance US is operating an unregistered security exchange in the U.S., and that staff believe the sale of VGX token by Voyager violates federal securities laws. So I guess if they decide to go after Binance.us, they would basically just stop selling the Voyager token, and you know, I don't know why Voyager is any different than anything else, but I guess they would have to pay a fine and stop selling it. Speaking at a bankruptcy hearing to determine if Voyager should be sold to Binance.us, SEC senior trial attorney William Updegrove said that he was responding to Judge Michael Wiles of the Southern District Bankruptcy Court in New York, who said at the onset of the hearing that the SEC had provided little guidance or specifies about its objection to the Voyager sale. The staff believes solely on the fact that circumstances currently known to the staff that the offering and sale of VGX tokens had the attributes of a security. I mean, at this point, the SEC is going to try to say everything's a security. And I've made videos before. I think they kind of have to do it. I know it's going to hurt the market. It's even going to hurt me. It's going to hurt my portfolio. But everything that's happened with FTX and even Voyager and Celsius and BlockFi, they have to basically come on strong. I think they're just going to try to just kill everything. They're going to go with a sledgehammer to everything and then just kind of let the courts figure it out. See, that way, the next crypto crash in a couple years when we go into the next bear market, whatever crashes, the SEC can come out and say, well, we tried to regulate it, and the judge said yes or no or whatever. So if they just go after everything now, it's kind of like a cover your ass kind of move. I don't think the SEC cares about crypto, but I think they want to cover their ass because they know there's going to be more crashes down the line. That's my opinion on this. And you also have some Sam Bankman-Fried news. So now Sam Bankman-Fried has to use a flip phone for the rest of his bail. As we all know, Sam Bankman-Fried was caught, I believe he was on his phone. He was also using a VPN, which that's not going to stop him from using the VPN. So I guess he can still go on the computer and use a VPN. FTC founder, CEO Sam Bankman-Fried may be stuck using a dumb phone for the foreseeable future. In a letter seen by Bloomberg, prosecutors involved in this criminal case said Friday that Bankman-Fried lawyers had agreed to modify the terms of his bail agreement, provided the judge overseeing the case agrees to the changes. Sam Bankman-Fried will be restricted to using a non-smartphone without internet capability. So I've been saying this since day one. Whatever happens, basically right now the judge and the prosecutors are at their wits' end with this guy. They just want to throw him in jail. They just want to revoke his bail. So I think what you're going to see here is one last chance. It's like giving him one last chance. Okay, you idiot. Use a flip phone and don't go on the internet or whatever they're going to say. And I don't think that's going to be. There's no way he's going to be able to be a good boy, until October. So I think eventually, probably by summer, this is my prediction. Don't hold me to it. But he's going to be caught doing something else, and they're just going to haul his ass right back to jail. That's what I think is going to happen. All right, guys. There's not too much else going on right now. It's really boring right now. That's why I didn't make a video over the weekend, because Bitcoin was just doing nothing. I mean, the last video I made, I said, well, probably Bitcoin will go back up to $23,000 again. But really, it just depends on the whole CPI situation. Like I said, sentiment is bad. You're seeing a lot of negative comments out there. We had a nice pump. We still have a year. We have exactly 1 year to the Bitcoin halving. So I feel like we might need one more dump, 20,000, 19,000. Okay, we did one more flush and then we start going back up, but it doesn't have to happen. And that's why you have to be in the game. It wouldn't surprise me if it does. I just made a bank transfer over the weekend or Friday to be able to buy a dip. I'm looking to buy Theta if it goes back down to 73 cents, even though I have a ton of it. And I'm looking to buy Cardano back at 25 cents if it happens. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. We could go right back up to $25,000 tomorrow, but I've been through this game before. I'm not going to trade it. I'm not going to sell anything right now saying, I can sell some Cardano at 34 cents and buy back in at 25. That's what all the dummies are doing. All we can do right now is just try to buy the dips. But it does look like, because of that CPI situation, it's all about the CPI right now. The dump right now, the negativity has nothing to do with the SEC. It's all CPI. People are afraid of what's going to happen to risk assets if the Fed comes in with a 50 basis point instead of the 25. It just means a few more months of raising interest rates and just a few more months of risk assets getting on the chopping block. So that's it. There's nothing else really going on, So you can flip a coin right now and try to figure out what's going to go on. I would just have money on the side, like I always say. And before I let you guys go, Gareth Soloway made a little video this morning talking a little bit about Bitcoin. So let's see what he has to say today. Just a quickie.
Welcome to the play call for this Monday. We're going to talk a little bit about the charts, what the markets are doing, and look over 4 charts that are making big moves. Number one, we have to recognize that we're waiting on Jerome Powell's testimony this week in front of Congress. That's going to keep the markets very slow early in the week. Slow means neutral to upside bias. Always remember that, right? So again, the less volume there is in a market, generally it tends to favor the upside. Number two, the jobs report on Friday. The non-farm payrolls report will be an epically big number for this market. That's another reason why volume may be light early in the week. So let's get right into it. Let's get into the charts. The first one we're looking at is Bitcoin. Look at the trend lines on the bottom here and the top. And what do you have here? You had a down move, bear flag, down move, bear flag. So what this is telling us is that right now it's favoring probabilities that it's going to break to the downside. Your big support level, you're going to be looking around 21,500 and then around 20,500. Those are going to be the two levels there. Here's natural gas. Now, natural gas.
All right, there we go. So Gareth Soloway is thinks we're probably going to go down. Gareth Soloway has been right like 95% of the time over the last year, so I guess I would have to say that's a pretty good probability to happen. But remember, folks, if we do get a drop down to 20,000, 21,000, we could just bounce right back up instantaneously. So it's not even worth trading. I know a lot of people who watch Gareth Soloway are big traders. I watched a guy lose a lot of money trading Luna, which went to zero, and Gareth Soloway was trading it. Sometimes Bitcoin's difficult. Sometimes Bitcoin doesn't go by the charts, it goes by the news, or Bitcoin just does what it wants to do. So yes, I'm looking to buy dips right now, but I'm not looking to sell anything, and there's no guarantee we're going to go back down to $20,000 or $21,000. We could drop $300 in an hour and then shoot right back up. So we're kind of at a slippery slope right now. But all right, folks, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe.